There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The work of my life without fear.
I live with my health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love me. The more I get you. What is
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money. And I sang ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I didn't ya to money. And I sang ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I don't get now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
We've talked about numbers in terms of access, and for Liberia, it is 32% of the population that has access to electricity. Again, the vast majority of them being in the capital city of Monrovia, and very little in the rural areas. And with regards to clean cooking, we're talking about 1%. But your government does have huge ambitions of reversing that. What are the major pillars of your national compact, and what innovative financing and investment models are you looking at to reverse this trend and put your country on a forward trajectory? Your Excellency, over to you.
Let me thank my sister, the President, Dr. Smith, son, for inviting us to come here. I think it's also an opportunity because the last time I was over here was about 30 years ago, and I don't see any other thing that would have brought me here easily. I want to thank you for this opportunity. And I want to also quickly thank you for what I saw here today. You're rewarding innovation, people who are doing small things. It's not just encouraging them, it's also making the younger ones aware that energy is important. We are honored to be here today, and we want to thank you for all that you've done to make us comfortable. Achieving universal energy access is essential. It drives prosperity, inclusion, and sustainability. their recognition. We in Liberia, and I want to thank my friend and brother, Edison, for also working with partners like the World Bank, the Rockefeller Foundation, and also all of those who are contributing to helping us bring solution to our energy problem. I think also it's also a good management in terms of the African Development Bank taking that board to make itself available to be able to work with partners. We are excited to be here today, to be among those that have been considered to listen to our energy problems and be able to contribute. We are doing a lot. In fact, we are very blessed in terms of availability of means by which we can improve our energy problem. The country is well watered. Liberia has one of the highest rainfall in the region. And we think that hydropower is, and I would think that the Senate knows about it more than myself because he was the first who was suggesting this morning about how many megawatts we can get from our St. Paul River. And under the arrest agenda, power is very critical. We believe that we can bring a lot to achieving prosperity. We have 46% of the West African forest still intact in Liberia. So we have the advantage of being able to improve our electricity without affecting the carbon. Transforming our energy sector is the cornerstone of our national development. The Planet Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development. We have been working with the private partners. As a matter of fact, we have launched a lot of
Well, that's the voice of our president, President Joseph Yeman Boakai. Well, for the time check is 9 minutes. Yeah, sometimes we gotta start on a little or low pace. Oh yes, sometimes because of some situations, But again, thank God at least that we are alive. Thank God that we are among the living, right? So, folks, good evening, and don't mind that. Let me see. I think we'll have two of the videos. So let me just play this one quickly. Then we will go to what we're supposed to be talking about here today. So many things, though. The country interesting. So many things to talk about. This country indeed it is indeed interesting. We're going to talk about a lot of things, but today our attention today will be straight to the health sector. Yes, indeed. Today that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be paying attention mostly to yeah. So let me see quickly. I'm coming. To those of you, please, who just joining us, we want you to please share the show so that at least others can also follow us live on the SKTV page. Share the show. Share the show. Today is Thursday, though, the day to the weekend. So many things happening back home. The county sport meet is still ongoing, and uh, the semi-final, right? Yeah, the semi-final up to the final because man, you do Grand General already into the final, and hopefully on Sunday we're waiting for the team that want to qualify between that of Lufa and that of Mangibi. In fact, I'm seeing a lot of coach. I'm seeing police officers and all. And I say, can't take me to my people. By the way, that's it. That's a video. So let me play this video quickly as we move on with our show this evening. And please share the show.
Energy solutions.
Mr. President, I'm truly sorry. I would just like to remind you that we have to conclude, unfortunately, because we are running out of time. Sorry about that.
That's always the disadvantage of being the last. So.
All right, so and that's it. That's just what we want to get. So many things happening around the world. Yeah, please, yeah. Look, you all join me and let's share the show. Those of you who also in the U.S. And then he said, "Oh, they think, oh God, this world now is getting so interesting day by day, and so many things happening. People are even hiding themselves. But what kind of world? What kind of world are we living, my people? But again, that's the life. Please, let's share the show. We have so many things to talk about for today. Our focus today will be on the health issues. I know that a lot of you out there that are also as in fact observing our health sectors or maybe our health system, and you've seen some of the things happening back to back. But we'll give you so many things, or in fact, we'll inform you about some of the information that we got first before going straight into our topic for today. I think I also have this video while we're also talking about our health issues. Let me see this video also. But please, let's share the show. Mom will be joining us very soon. Sekou and that is our brother Steve stay on the, it's not easy to go through the kind of a troubling time. So Steve stay on his rest and hopefully trust us by the grace of God. Either this week, anytime this week, or better still next week, Steve will be with us in a very full blast. And yes, so that we can do a people job. So that high look. So please let's share the show. Let me see. Myself, I'm sharing those of you who just joining us. Let's share the show though. Today is Thursday, and so many things happening. So many things happening. But some people collecting. Some people are collecting though. While you and myself, we are still going home without electricity, without food. We are, we are struggling to even live on the dollar per day. Other people are collecting close to what 374,000, right? Wow. Is that money coming from America or from where? Yeah, you have been, let's share the show with people. Myself, I'm trying to share the show. Yes, indeed. And so I'm asking as to what are the money coming from where? Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, good. So Chairman Yato will be joining us. Indeed, that's a wonderful one, Chairman. Yeah, good. Some of you're always sitting back and so on. So the chairman will always, in fact, also be with us, Chairman Yato. Yeah, let me see, Chairman, how to send you this link quickly so that you can also join us. Chairman Yato will also join us on this platform this evening. Today is Thursday. We are going to be the third. Wow. I don't know how come there's more job. Somebody else. Yeah. Chairman, there's more jobs today, there's more jobs in like that too. But let me see. Chairman, I'm coming. I'm trying to send something quickly. But folks, please, let's share the show. Share the show. Today is Thursday. Sekou Kane or Mr. Kane will be joining us very, very soon. I know you want to hear some of the later news. 374,000. Yeah. This country is interesting. Yeah, but where this thing be now, my people? I hope that let me see which one be this. Okay. Okay, so yes. So let's share the show. Yeah, so let's share the show. Chairman, I'm coming. Yeah, let me see. Well, what I'm trying to go for this book. Let me see. I also have this video. I want to play this video. Yes, please share the show, people. Please, we are appealing to you to please share the show. I want to play some kind of video from somebody talking about the people crying. You're crying. Yeah, no, they won't be interested. Good. So this is the video. Let me see. Hey, more make it join us. So hopefully, my people, Sunday, some of us will be at the SKD Samuel Kando Sport Complex. We'll be there to watch a final live between Grand Jere and any other team that may qualify on today. So where's the video? Oh, this video want to video me. Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to. Okay, let me see.
I mean, hey, you don't pay taxes in America. He's appealing to his people. Shauri yenu bana. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves? Instead of crying, to jiulize, what are we going to do? Haya ametoa hiyo pesa, sasa tutafanya namna gani jameni? What are we going to do? Yeah? To support ourselves. Because nobody is going to continue holding out a hand there to give you. It is time for us to use our resources for the right things. We are the ones who are using them for the wrong things. I saw some people the other day crying, oh, I don't know, Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. Watu wanalia. Why are you crying? It's not your government, it's not your country. He has no reason to give you anything. I mean, hey, you don't pay taxes in America. He's appealing to his people. Shauri yenu bana. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves?
Wonderful. So this is a wake-up call, and that is the former president, right? Uhuru Kenyatta, indeed, talking or speaking to his people there, telling them about some of the happening around the world. But very soon, the chairman will be joining us. Chairman Yato will be joining us. Also, the link has been sent to him. But folks, we move. Let me see. I have another video also that I want to play. Please let's share the show. Those of you who are also watching, yes, indeed, that's the my own opinion. You know, what are you crying? Are you crying like if you paying taxes? No, you pay your taxes, or maybe you pay your tax in your country. Like for example, right here in Liberia. So all of the crying I'll be doing should be around the 374,000 I've been given to someone, right? When you cry, oh, Donald Trump do this, oh, yeah. So what am I saying? Why you crying on Donald Trump? Why are you crying on Donald Trump? No, cry on your wicked politicians who making you today for your life to be the way it look. Anyway, we'll be talking more about that today on the show, and in fact, we'll be telling us all of our people will be talking to all of you about our health system, about some of the things happening, because today we saw people stammering or protesting, talking about what happened, the health sectors. Every time there is some incidents into small hospitals and so forth. But again, we're going to go and ask you out there, because if all of this is happening, who should we blame? You have a country where only get, I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe only one medical center, maybe school, rather, sorry, one medical school, right? So all of the other things are so next day, nurses that. Do you have doctors? Do you have school for doctors? Do you have school for them? No. Well, let me play the video first. We'll come from there. Then we'll talk more about our topic. But Mom will be joining us. We will also bring you some of the latest happening, because you said though, yeah, man, this country. I want to play this video. How your resources. What a video, man. Yeah, the country. They can say like what are your mate, and now another. Yeah. So you will hear that people will be complaining, this one is not happening. How can this one? But watch that video. You will know how your resources live.
Bidding cam number 3. So this is a round bidding cam number 3. We are in a bridge standing up where the train carrying iron ore from Zolowi belonging to ArcelorMittal is transporting the iron ore. As you can see, the train is loaded with iron ore. As you can see, the raw iron ore in the train. This has been transported to Buchanan, Grand Bassa. This one is very muddy. So it's a very long bucket. As you can see at the front there, that's how far he has gone. This is the train belonging to ArcelorMittal, transporting raw iron ore to Buchanan. And as you may be aware, this company signed an agreement with the government of Liberia for a period of 25 years, and they've been asking for extension of the contract.
Well, that's great. Thank God that Monk is already here, and that's how we're going to roll. In fact, that's just the kind of life. This company will come to Liberia, sign an agreement, give the money to your leaders or your quote unquote officials, and what they do with the money? They share the money. They share the money among themselves. Give them money. Maybe somebody take 500,000. Man, don't mind the people, man. Yeah, what you can take.
Hold on 1 second.
All right, good. So sorry for the noise you hear at the back. Yeah, sometimes sorry. That's the football game. So I know that it's not easy. But again, the game's already through and into penalty. But again, folks, that's it. Mom will be joining us very soon. So that Mom come on and have a own take on some of these things that we just talk about before we move straight into our discussion for today. I guess that some of you have been following a lot of things, including the 374,000. So many things happening behind the scene. So many things ongoing in this country. For me, I don't know now, but if yeah. So sometimes I can be thinking, what kind of more life now are we about now to live as people? Yeah, what kind of life now are we going to live? Yeah, it's not easy, but I thank God that we move. Yeah, so so I think hopefully now on Sunday, Grandjada now will be playing Lofa on Sunday, and the high will be like. So for me, I like that. I like to meet the lion. Let me tell some of you when you hear G, when you hear Jesus Fanukon, then you know that when I follow anything, that man, all of that noise they making. When I follow anything, we like to meet lion. That lion we probably like. Some of you are afraid, but for us, we like to meet lion. So we like to meet lion. So when lion come, the lion will let to meet. So the lion come on, but we move on. We still waiting. Anybody come, that's it. But we want to meet the lion. Just share the show, people. Okay, so Monk is ready now. Yeah, my brother, good evening. I've been holding on a little bit before you come on because I just want to start. Then maybe, yeah, but everything.
You hear me?
Monk? Yes, I'm getting you now. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was in a hurry. At least I was able to get back on time. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. Yeah, but as God could have it, they released it at least half an hour than expected. So I
Yeah,
said, let me
thank God.
come on the show.
Our very, let me tell you more. When when you say, "Oh, maybe I may not," I just say, "Okay, well, me, I know already that your system on our side not like ours. Here, more
Yeah,
we waste each other time. Let me tell you more. Look, one time I went to so many government or ministries or agency for a little document. Monk, I spent my whole day. Look, I don't even know what kind of country is this. You go somewhere,
they
you have your
told us,
other activities, you have your work, you have other things to do more. But people will hold you for 4, 5, 6 hours. In a dinner will come here. This won't happen here. But anyway, my brother. So whenever you say to me, maybe I'm coming and maybe I may not join you because of this and that, I say more. I know you will finish in time. So again, my good brother, let me say good evening from our end, and I know it's afternoon from your end. How everything
yeah,
from your end?
man, I'm doing great. I was at the hospital and still following issues here. Before getting on the way. I mean, the hospital is not too far, like 25 minutes away from where I live. So, like I said, we were released. We woke up 5 a.m. this morning because our check-in time was 6 o'clock. So everything went okay as expected, and we're back. I was following the counter meet. I don't know why the stadium is so empty. I don't know why the organizers or the planner why they decided to host it on the weekday in the semifinals. They could have
Right.
used the weekend to increase the attendance because why would you want to play the game during the weekdays when you are the the semifinal stages? You only level 14. You could do Saturday and Sunday, and then the first next weekend you play the grand final to get people attention and to yeah. But I don't know how people think. I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
But that's sorry, Mark. It's sorry, man, because but I was talking about comment. I know Edward said because I went there and I want to clean the table. My brother, you're right. But the cleaning table, every time you go to places, then how can Mona clean table? Monk,
Yeah,
were you
every day
able
will be
to?
clean too, eh?
Well, so Mark, actually, on a very serious note, my brother, me, and I don't understand sometimes the way we even do things in a country. Like, for example, the same penalty shootout that they were even escaping from, that is same thing they bow down to. That is same thing the game or end up to. So why should you waste the people time? After the 90 minutes, you get 3 additional minutes and the time ended. You should go straight for penalty shootout. But you allow the game to continue in the name of okay, we have more time so you can play. Then sometimes you don't just change things unknown to people. Because all people know
Yeah,
now, okay, by the time the game finish, it's straight for penalty shootout because of the lighting system at the field. But again, that's another error, I think, on the part of the organizer. You don't do that. That one. So what you just say, my brother, that the country. You know very well that Liberian had to go on that little 1-2-1-2 also the way the president was talking about that in I know Tanzania 1-2 I know the 1-2 I know I know 1-2-1-2 what. So the people had to go out to hustle. You don't bring because all of these things are all part of entertainment. So you don't bring entertainment like that where the people have to go on a little hustle. Some people they have major job to do. Even the lawmakers they have to go for such. So many things will be happening during the week. But you bring tournament like this during the week, as if to say it is people are crying that even if the game end today, that means they won't play. No, no. So even like for example, like you say, my brother, you should even carry the game to what? Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday for the semi-final. Then the final now, next week, then at least the following week, the people will be able to have little time to rest. But again, maybe now the organizers see it, but again, like sometimes you see, these are some of the reasons they will say, okay, the other smaller team, they don't have so what happened to okay, Lofa? So Lofa don't have people. What happened to okay, Mangibi? But because some people are busy. But again, my brother, that's the kind of life we find ourselves in. But Mark, we
yeah.
talk I started with this a little bit, even though today we'll be chipping in on the health issues. I saw a lot of protests keep coming back to back. So I think you and myself, we that was to be on yesterday, but because of the I don't know president
The health thing I think we'll do it on Monday. We will do their
Okay.
resourcing and they statement from the president and their whole aid being cut because it's affecting a lot of countries and a lot of people are going to be affected. It's a whole different ballgame now. It's a different
Okay.
administration in the U.S. It's a different time in
I think
history
you're
that
right.
we live in. So
You're right.
people are making readjustment.
Mm.
Yep.
You're right. So I think it'd be good that we also educate our people so that they can know exactly what's going on. Because I also hear, in fact, by the time I go and enter the compound, someone was asking me, he said, oh, maybe I know Donald Trump cut around 15 million for Gaza Condor. I said, what kind of problem?
Yeah. $50 million for people who won't have sex in the Gaza
Can you
Strip.
imagine that?
Yeah, can you imagine that? And the American taxpayer should be the one to pay for them. Are you see? Look, let me tell you something, Maybom. You know, people don't understand these things. They don't know how the global politics can impact countries, most especially in Africa. And that's why the former president for Kenya, or Uhuru Kenyatta, was saying in that video, people have been spoon feeding you for decades, if not century. You cannot make progress. You sell your resources for pennies on a dollar. You don't have value to your economy. You don't have a regular tax base that can service your economy or your people. You don't prioritize spending. And you think, look, I think there was a book, I think the guy wrote, I forgot the name, or George Bulley, right? I think he wrote a book in Liberia. I think it got a Liberian flag on the back, a blue book. I can't remember the name. When you go back to that book and look at all the loans and grant that the U.S. been giving since the early 1900s, you telling me somebody been giving you a handout for more than 100 years and you cannot make progress? Everything you depend on them. Then when are you going to make progress? Let me tell you something, maybe yesterday, 2 days ago, something major happened. I tell people every time in history, they call it the fourth industrial revolution that we live in now. After World War II, we had the industrial revolution. In the 90s, we had the dot-com boom, had the internet came and changed. Artificial intelligence is going to pose a risk to the entire world. It's going to wipe out more than 33% of all the jobs that currently exist. So America is in a debt of $37 trillion. If artificial intelligence is going to wipe out 1/3 of all the jobs, why do you think America will be able to raise money from to cover up for her expense? So you have to realign, you have to do readjustment. That's why the new administration is saying we got to go and review every single federal agency to know which one have value. If they are useless, we will cut them off. Yes, I mean a few days ago, but we talked about Ghana, right? And we told you Ghana had 30 ministries.
Oh, yes.
And they reduced it to 23 because they cut out 7. Look, serious countries are doing serious things. You can complain all you want. You can make the case all you want. At the end of the day, the people are going to put their interest first. Maybe yesterday, I told you on the show, a Chinese startup company, they call them Deep Sea. I posted a link. They wiped out $600 billion of the stock market yesterday with one technology, an AI bot. And you think people got time to be spoon for you? And trust me, that same thing it will cascade down to even the individual level, not only the country level. There will come a time in this country that people that live here, things will get so tough, they won't even be able to extend their hand to you in Liberia or anywhere in the world.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because we have depend on job now. If the job is going to be wiped away by technology, artificial intelligence, now everybody go to school for artificial intelligence. Now everybody did programming. Now everybody did or data analytics. So most people are going to be out of job. Now, if I don't have a job, how can I extend hand to you? It only happening now on the country level, but then it will get to the individual level. So people are making adjustments. People are expanding their economy. People are making down payment into the future. They are building their roads, their hospitals. They are exploring tourism, other ways to bring up a job. That's just what's happening all around the world. So you can sit there and you can complain. The thing that matters is one thing about the economy, it doesn't matter whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're independent, or whether you're a Guinean. When the economy is messed up, everybody's going to feel the pinch. The realities are setting in, and even the Western countries are now making readjustment. So think about Africa. You that depend on I think I just read the article from Front Page Africa as Tewan Gonglo and other people were chiming in about this whole issue, how it's going to affect the war crime code. How many times we have been talking about war crimes code? Since the TRS came on a recommendation dating back to 2005. It's been almost 20 years and you can settle on the war crime code. You're telling me that Donald Trump executive order go to empire war crime code. No, you are not a serious country because you've been playing the war crime code like a political football. Now we are in a different dispensation. We live under a different era. Things are changing around the world and people are going to make adjustments based on circumstances. So if you are depending on your budgetary support or your aid or your free hander, you better rethink your strategy because it's not coming, my brother. you can count on that. It's not coming. The people are cutting everywhere, even setting entitlement program. We don't live in the 30s anymore because the 30s. Let me tell you something, Mabel. When you read after the Great Depression of 1930, was one of the biggest economic crash in America when Franklin Roosevelt came. So Roosevelt came with a lot of government programs, Social Security, Medicare, food stamp. They call it a social safety net. Okay, yeah, some of them they are still good and useful today. People need these things, but there are other agencies or government functions that keep taking money from the federal bureaucracy and it's not adding value. So people are going to make the adjustment. That's why they call austerity. The people in Europe did it recently. You heard about Brexit?
Mm-hmm.
You can remember Brexit when the UK decided to leave from the European Union, England?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. You can remember what happened in Europe? This is what happened in Europe. There are a bunch of irresponsible countries in Europe that believe that when they are part of the EU, the other country will cover up for them. Like a country like Greece. The people in Greece, they don't work for 8 hours or they work less than 8 hours. They don't work throughout the year. They take long vacation hours off. They take long time off. They don't pay taxes in their country. But they feel that when they are part of the European Union under their umbrella, they will be able to get bailed out every time the economy messed up. So the British will say, no, this thing is nonsense. If you want to be irresponsible, I cannot be taxing my people and then using the proceeds from their taxation to be covered off of Greece because they're part of the European Union. So for that reason, we are breaking out of the EU. That's why they call it Brexit. We ain't got time for this nonsense. That we choose to be responsible, and you think you can be irresponsible, and we keep spoon feeding you forever and forever because you are part of the EU. F that. They were out. Come on, man.
Well, Mark, yes, Mark, actually, you are, I think we're going to really delve into this for a little while because, well, I want to play this video so that we can listen to this video one more time and see as to what are this former president, whether he nailed it, or maybe all in all, someone would say he just concluded with everything and no need to do all the inputting because from what he just, from what he said. So let me play the video.
Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. What to analia? Why are you crying? It's not your government. It's not your country. He has no reason to give you anything. I mean, you don't pay taxes in America. He is appealing to his people. Shauri yenu bana. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves? Instead of crying.
Wonderful. Mark, this is the point. This is what I really want to hear. What are we going to do? That's the $1 million question that I want for each and every Liberian today who follow this show or who listen to us to ask yourself, what are we going to do? Because let me tell you, whether you like it or not, 4 years, and then I will live, or depend on it, then you can't trust anything. It's possible that because of the men workings and so on, and nothing may happen, you don't know. But 4 years going, what are we going to do? Monk, that's the question. And you just listen.
Mabel, it's one of the many reasons a lot of African countries are adopting the 4-year term limit for president. Ghana, 4 year. Nigeria, 4 year. Rwanda, 4. A lot of countries adopting the 4 year. Because the thing about 4 year is it put pressure on you for you to deliver. You don't have time to waste. The days go by faster than expected, right? And that's what the guy said. They are not responsible. And let me tell you something, when you run government, right? Let me tell you, the reason American people believe in the taxpayer system because they can track how much they are giving the government and they can hold their government accountable. When you receive money from donor and aid, it lost in the bureaucracy. When I mean the bureaucracy, the background deals that go on the lobbying. And you cannot keep track and they are not held accountable. But the money that the individual pay into the system, why America don't play with her tax code. They call it a progressive tax system. The more money you make, they put you in a bracket based on your income. The more you make, the more you pay. That's how the system is. Because they know a society cannot function when people refuse to pay taxes. Taxes is what keeps the government going. There is no way government can generate revenue without collecting taxes. So the typical American focus on where the tax dollar is going because they get something called freedom of information. Yeah, When I want to know how much we pay in taxes, I can go to the city commission, go on their website and know exactly how much we pay in taxes. And then I can even go and do background check to see how much they invested, whether it was in road, whether it was in sanitation, healthcare, you can check everything. So the best way to track a government performance when it comes to taxpayer resources is through taxes. But when money comes through the other populace, they know politicians just steal it because they know that you won't be able to track them. You just hearing the money name, but guess what? But let me tell you something. When you go back to the days of Madame Sali, do you know how much Madame Sali was paying just for lobbyists, for lobbying in Washington, for people to push your agenda? You got to come here.
So it's 200,000.
I'm talking about millions, talking about thousands. Do you know how much Labrador paid just to even pass HPEC initiative and all these international or scorecard and all these things? This thing don't come cheap. You must come in Washington and spend millions of dollars. The question is, okay, when you win this award or the compact, what are you doing with the money back home to improve people's life? You saw that video. You saw the Nigerian lady that was complaining about how they put taking iron ore that they asking for extension for 25 years. I don't know whether it was Meta Steel or whosoever. You sit in this country. Everybody told you the best way to create job is through industrialization. You must open enough factory. You must start producing some finished product, right? You can't keep shipping raw iron ore since 1920 until 2025, and you think something is going to change. All day we keep talking, Labrador got resources, but you cannot see the benefit of the resources. Your country, you claim that we are rich. Melbourne said I was born in Labrador, oh, but you're in Labrador, a rich country. And I never saw that one day until this day. So the question is, when are you going to change your way of doing things and your way of thinking? We keep saying that, so there are so many ways you can add value to your resources. You can either nationalize them, use it as collateral, bring more money and invest into the country. You can go to other third parties or business owner, investor, tell them you can bring factory at a lower cost, make the regulatory compliance law, make it much easier for people to come and do business, open more factory, start producing some steel rods and things, because maybe all the skyscrapers you see here, all the roads we drive on here, they all come from steel. Okay, if the American man is going to benefit from the steel and build the infrastructure, you are telling me where the steel is coming from? We ain't got nothing there. Does that make any sense?
Well, how many schools, in fact, how many high schools, how many hospitals, how, more, even to what you're saying, my brother, and these are facts. How many local factories? Sometimes somebody factory, okay, let's see as to how the people, sometimes they even do the iron ore, how they make these things, how they do this. This is just another, or maybe, they can say, lab. How many of these things are you even seeing around here? Nothing. All we do is we bring the companies give the raw cash to our leaders, and our leaders travel out, and when you are sick, they take you out of the country and carry you to, look, Monk are browse on the internet, on Google. Just check out Monk. Check about the health system in Liberia. Monk, look, sometimes I see why people, investors, sometimes even before people come, they got to check behind you. Check your Google. Some of you that even follow me right now, Google Liberia health system. You see, Monk. So, my brother, what you just saying, that's the fact. You can, like, for example, you have Firestone Rubber Company.
Yeah, in this country, 26.
26.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and I'm going to
yeah.
Or Trump. But go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. You know, during the 9/11, right, when the terrorists attacked this country, I was just watching your documentary online, and they were talking about, because they got some engineers that believe that the way how the building crumbled, it doesn't make any sense. The scientific argument they were making was airplane is made out of aluminum, and the World Trade Center was built with steel. So they interviewed a French scientist who happened to be one of the chief architects. He said the World Trade Center building was built cross-sectionally, which means they platted from an engineering standpoint, they crisscrossed the steel rod. And you know the statement he made? He said the steel rod it was a high-grade steel building. And they said, why you said that? He said, because it was a specific kind of a steel, and it came from Liberia. The steel rod that they used to build the World Trade Center in New York, that the terrorists brought down, the iron ore came from Liberia. He said it on live TV in America. So he said that kind of a steel rod, it won't just melt on heat easily because it's high grade. That was his argument because they were making the argument talking about engineers, structural engineers, how the building collapsed, the impact, the weight of the building, everything was in the calculation. I say, wow. So you're telling me that some of these, if the World Trade Center, one of the most iconic buildings in America, they use the steel rod from Liberia, then it means there are tons of buildings in America that use Liberia steel. So it means the infrastructure, It's the same thing, maybe, that happened in Niger and Burkina Faso with these guys. The same thing. The French people, they come and take your uranium. Uranium is used to produce electricity. They carry to France. They build all that nuclear power point. Then the source of the uranium in Niger, they even got like that. That's why the guys say, you know what, we are sick of this nonsense. If we break away from ECOWAS, we will break away. But this thing cannot keep happening forever. When does it end? And that was the main reason they kick out the French. People are doing things differently, but in our country now, we bring a bunch of jokers that think that people will be giving their hand out every day international community support, every day World Bank, every day.
Anytime I a new person come on him or maybe into power, the first thing is, the president get contact. The international community will be giving you 500 million. And someone can be thinking, how you, like for example, money you just said, right? Why in this world that you'll be having money? You say you're rich. You have all of the resources, but then you are fighting to get even 50 million, 10 million. Then, are you okay or something wrong with you? So let's go back to what I just talked about. So, Monk, is Liberia health system better? That was the question that I asked on Google. And they said, no. Liberia's health system is considered fragile and not considered better compared to many other countries. You hearing that? But guess what? You have people taking all of your resources, all of your raw resources, the cabinet, back to back. So, Monk, even into what we just discussed, or if I what we're discussing, let's go back to the CBL stuff where 374,000 have been given to one individual, according to the information that we got, and the documents also in place back to back. Monk, are these things the causes for which our people are living in abject poverty? Because sometimes, you know, some of our religious people say, oh, let's pray to. But Monk, you are praying, but people are stealing from you broad daylight.
Maybe we don't pay attention to the most important thing because we are so fixated on the politics, on the blue team and the green team in Liberia, the El Clasico. So when these things keep happening, when they happen in Liberia, too many people don't pay attention. How many times we talk about the irregularities from the GAC report that was happening? How many times we complain that the president wanted to bring people from Unity Party on board, so he tried to push other people out from tenure positions, settle them? Can you imagine you paying this man extra money, you want to settle with him? It like you rewarding this man for performance. We are talking about upward of 88, I think what 200 and something $million, right? Over the past 6 years about the over-the-counter transaction from the central bank. A lot of investigation was going on. How can you give the man in America, we call it a golden parachute, wherein when you're CEO, you leave in your company, they give you a lot of incentive, whether it's a stock option, they give you extra. That's exactly what Joseph Boakai is doing. The question is, okay, even let's just say for argument's sake, if you say you want to disrespect the constitution or any laws in the country, the question is you are still rewarding him for doing nothing. You are rewarding him for committing a crime, because I don't think he would be the central bank governor and all the irregularities that will happen whether you tell me that he's not aware of it. So why you cannot conclude an investigation? Why are they funding for an investigation? So you are telling me you're not going to punish him for all the crimes that happen on his watch, but then you are going to give him a bonus and an extra incentive just because you want to get him out of the job, because it's free money. You know, let me tell you something. The reason people love politics, right? Politics is the only profession in the world where people that never achieve anything, that don't do anything for themselves, can come and control the
yeah.
So you can just give it out to anyone you so choose it.
Hold on, Monk. Hold on. I want to show a little bit. Let me do some adjustment. Monk.
Yep.
Yes. I said continue. We'll join you in a split second.
Oh yeah, yes. That's it. I read that article. I didn't follow. I didn't read the entire document from the article itself, but I just saw the preview and people give a description of what was happening, and they posted the document online. I think it was on. If I'm mistaken, I think Milburn was the one that sent it to me. I think I sent a link to Milburn before he posted some of the document from. If I'm not mistaken, it was from Spoon Network. I think they got some copies about the document here. I was like, okay, so it's not only about the 10-year position, but it's about giving this guy, like I said, a golden parachute here for his retirement, 300 and some more $1,000. I'm not talking about the one that he took for himself, but that's it for you. That's free money. And I don't know, that's Liberia for you. We're talking about more than 200 and some more $1 million unaccounted for in from the central bank over the period of 6 years, but still the people from the central bank are working with certain benefit. Amos Jr., I don't want to dignify your comment because some of you guys, that's why I always like to stay from. I like to stay with our local politics because most of you guys, I don't know how you can understand how the people politics work here. Someone is talking about saving the federal government $100 billion. That people got two options to either because they're going to gut out some federal agency and they give people the option to either resign or to take a leave of absence until September because they know that by September the Office of the Budget Management will be coming out with a list of federal agencies that will be gutted out from the national, from the bureaucracy, the federal bureaucracy that is going to save taxpayer in America 100 billion. And you're talking about Donald Trump doing the same thing. I don't like to argue with you about American politics because I know you don't even most of you. I'm not saying it in a demeaning way, but most of you don't really understand what's happening here. That's just the reality. So I don't know how you can even compare the two. You're talking about someone that stole, someone that or how they call it, the central bank cannot give account of more than $280 million, and you are telling me the same thing happening here. How is that even related? Someone trying to save taxpayer money here by reducing the size of government and bringing about accountability, and somebody rewarding someone that stole, and you're telling me it's the same thing. Look, my brother, don't distract me, man. That's why Sekou can say, don't be reading comment when you're on the show. It's just a distraction. And that's true. I think I need to forget about that. Sometimes, but when you're having two screens and you're switching between them, somebody's thinking, yes, pop out. Yep. That's just why it is. But that's it. And I don't know if we got news break that will be coming up in the next 7 minutes. Or maybe still making adjustment. But we got a lot of things in Liberia. And I'm just hoping one day we can get a better leader who will start thinking like leaders of the 21st century because we live in a whole different period. It's going to get tough. I keep telling my Liberian people now, yo, that keep sending money back home. Start buying some penny stock and start keeping it. And start hoping that it appreciate over time. Because I know I can tell you if you live in this country with inflation, with artificial intelligence coming, with the stock market and the US herself trying to keep her head above water because of the competition from the leg of China and other countries, you might as well start thinking long term, your strategic planning as to what you want to do. If you're talking about retirement, if you want to transition from the country, you need to start having your game plan because it's going to be a whole different society. And every time there is a major invention, life on this planet change forever. The reason people, when you go back to human history, the reason people brought about slavery, it was the same thing. Slavery was almost like a prehistoric form of immigration. Countries or kingdoms that were powerful, they go and invade smaller countries or territory, take all their strong men, put them in the fields to go and farm for them because there were no machine. That's how life was like on this planet. So all the empire that existed before, the way they did, they just suppress smaller countries or smaller kingdoms, take their women, their children, their men, make them slaves to grow their product, and they grew their economy. Whether it was Rome, whether it was the Byzantine Empire, everybody did the same thing. And then we came from there. We came to industrialization. We brought a machine and we started doing mass production. But guess what? Even though the machine was there, you still needed people to run the machine. That's how people are coming with careers and jobs and specialization, engineer or the other man, you got to count the money. So that we get something they call accounting. Okay, one man got to keep the money. We got the treasury. That's how we came about with what we call or how they call it, specialized skills, specialized training. After the industrialization, where you went to the dot-com boom, you started ordering things online. People started going to internet, e-commerce. I mean, stores having a presence online, people ordering with one click of a button. Now you are taking it to a whole different level with AI. AI is going to put people out of job. And it's not only America, but the entire world. We just live in a whole different era. So people have to make the adjustment. Like I said, if you're a Liberian living in the West or any part, whether it's Australia, whether it's New Zealand, whether it's Canada, start making your game plan. Whether you got your 401k, whether you got your Social Security, start planning for the future.
Yes, even
Hello?
when you are yeah, I get it, sorry though. I thought you were not getting me, but go ahead.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
was suggesting start buying Gucci Bear and Louis Vuitton. Start looking
oh, yes,
whether you got plans for
that's the
Liberia
way
or you want
forward. That's the
transition.
question. Mom, that's the question now that we should be asking each other. What the way forward? Because every time we say, oh yeah, America do what it is. I can still recall July 26, right? Someone came and probably said, oh, America is not good to okay, do not just all right. Now you go ahead now and do your own thing. You do anything you want to do. You invest in yourself. You stop all of it. And my sister, in fact, she even posted certain thing, I think that was yesterday or the day before yesterday. In fact, that she was also saying that I think there's a plan that those I don't know African government officials who their children will be on our side will be going to school. They have some kind of system also that I think that she said that Donald Trump also trying to even put in place. And this thing will help us. Let me be frank. Most of the things I know people will cry. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump will do his best in making sure that at least Africa, Liberia, where some of you yesterday you were supporting some of the barbaric habits, today come and invest in your country. Use that same money that you can use to support all kinds of things and develop your country. That's just it. Simple. What is so high? Why are you crying? Like I want to join
Bro,
him.
the number one reason, let me tell you something. The number one reason you see people crossing borders and putting their life on the line, people dying in their thousands in the Mediterranean Sea. That one thing they are all looking for opportunity. And how do you get opportunity? Job. That's why I told you, job is everything. Anywhere you go on the planet. Remember, the reason you are a man that responsible for a family because you got somewhere to go to get income from that job. That what everybody look for in this world is all about job. So if you get something that's going to threaten your job, that's going to risk your family, that's going to risk the society because the government cannot operate out of society. If everybody out of job, how do you generate revenue or taxes? It's not going to work. So that's the main reason that attract that make people to come to this country. Now, if this country is being threatened, including other industrialized countries, because they are afraid, they don't know what can happen in the future because the uncertainty in AI and all these things that are taking people job. Can you imagine, Melbourne? You look at a company that needed, let's say in the HR department, they got more than 24 or 25. They run three different shifts, a big manufacturing company. Now, if you are telling me one guy can run that company, whole IT department and the HR with one laptop, do you know how many people will be out of job?
That's the question, my brother. That's
Yeah.
the question, bro.
Now
And this,
you
yeah,
got
go ahead.
one software. You got one software installed on a laptop that with just few clicks of a button, somebody can make you payroll. Somebody can do the tax calculation. They can write check and put it in people's account. I'm talking about one person with just few clicks. Because what? Automation, AI, all these things, they are making it very, very tough. And even people in this country are worried. So I keep telling my people on the show, we can do the politics,
Well,
but equally so
yeah.
too.
So
When we start
more,
looking at the investment side.
more you got to hold on a little bit. We will join you after the news. We're trying to
Oh,
connect
yes.
with some technical glitches.
Okay. All right. I'll be on the standby.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to sell. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers gave me the fear and the promise of them. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play police who make on you. I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love me. The more I get you. What is
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture.
Mabel. Hello? Okay, I think I'm back on the show. Yep. Hello, folks, can you hear me? I think Mabel is still adjusting though. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I think he just let me back on the podcast. Yeah, can I get a thumbs up if you guys hear me, please? Because I was out. Okay. Yeah, Darlington Quay say, yeah, we are good. Yeah, for sure. And I listen to the comments too, like people, like Eugene say, invest. Our sister said, stop buying Gucci. The party is coming to an end. That's the reality. You don't have to believe it, but the fact of the matter is that's the reality. That's the new normal. Things changing all over the world. That's why even, look, I don't know if some of you guys can follow some of these or travel blogs on YouTube. You're seeing that even the average American, especially the older one, not even the older one, they are middle-aged people that are looking for other alternatives. I mean, I'm not saying that the sky is falling, but these people, they are making plans. Some of them go to the Caribbean, some of them looking for African country that is cheaper to live because even the cost of living. Can you imagine? You have people for the first time in this country, even though some stories the media don't cover it, they got Americans that from California. Can you imagine other people that live on the opposite side of the border just because of the cost of living that would choose to drive a couple of hours to come and work on the American side of the border and live on the Mexican side because it saves them more? That's the reality. And the thing is, the reality, it may not be fancy, it may not sound right, it won't be something that you want to hear, but equally so, that's the truth. Whether you like it or not, things are changing rapidly and people have to make the adjustment. Sometimes when I talk here, they say, oh, Mong, you let to compare Ghana. I say, because me, I ain't go to Rwanda before. The most recent African country I visited at Ghana, that's why I saw this. They say what the ICs, the EAES, the man believe. I know Ivory Coast and Ghana, they are doing exceedingly well in West Africa. You go to Koroka Airport, you sit over there for 1 hour. You see people coming from all over the world. Every 30 minutes, they are landing in Accra. When you ask them, no, we are not here for visit, we are here to stay. Why do you think that is happening? Because people are making changes. Some people that have been in Europe 15, 20 years, Australia, Canada, people are transitioning. They say, you know what, we did our part, we worked here 15, 20 years. I think it's about time for us to transition. I mean, they're making those moves and they think it's in their best interest financially. It's a long-term investment for them. They think it's cheaper to live. Some people, they are not interested in making too much money. They are just interested in spending less. If they can live somewhere comfortably and they can spend a fraction of what they spend in America, Why not? That's what life is all about. Less stressful, not too much pressure on you. If you paying, typical example now, the 2 bedroom apartment now, I would say on average in America will be like 1,400. I'm not talking about a house. I'm just talking about an apartment. Okay, if you can live somewhere decent in Africa with a house that is in the fence, maybe 4 bedrooms, and you are paying anywhere between 500 to 600 bucks, trust me, that's a lot of savings for you. So people are weighing the pros and cons. People are making that transition. I am just saying, our country, this should be like a wake up call. This should give us more reason to start investing in our own society, especially when it comes to the government. Like, how much it take, like, just to pay roads and schools and get access to running water, electricity? These are things people look for. These are basic things in the West. That's why I tell folks when you look at the two countries, okay, the one that can pace me up the most, I always make this statement here. I said Ghana is not even Ghana is a British colony. So if the average American want to relocate from the West to live in Africa, I think Liberia we got more diplomatic and historical ties to America than Ghana. But why would they want to choose Ghana? Because the story, because the investment they are seeing in Ghana, because the transformation. So everybody want to be comfortable. It's not about where you want to live. All because of your historical ties, or because of your diplomatic bound. The fact of the matter, if an American man want to sleep somewhere, he want running water, he want access to road, he want electricity, he want where they get nice hotels. He wants somewhere where they got public safety, wherein people can walk on the street 2, 3 in the morning. They can get home easily. You don't want to wake up in a society where every day you got some kind of a dead body lying somewhere. No investigation. People don't face punishment for the crime that they commit. You don't do investigation from murder and everywhere. And you think people will leave from the Western world to come to that country just because they got historical ties to America or we're doing business in America? No, that's not going to happen. Now the guy American, I was surprised that people are pouring into Gambia. The reason people are going to Gambia, I asked a guy, he got a travel channel. He said, Cyrus, it's very simple. The American men love living near, they love recreational area, whether you got water, historical site, they love those kind of stuff. That's one thing. And Gambia is also an English speaking country. So when it comes to the language barrier, there won't be too much of a barrier. And he said the main reason they are pouring into Gambia because Ghana is getting oversaturated. Things are getting more expensive. And more people go to Ghana, whether that land, whether that property, everything press real estate, even though they're appreciating, but it's getting expensive. So people are looking for cheaper alternative. That's why now Gambia and Senegal now is coming into the frame, but mostly Gambia, because Gambia is more of the English speaking side than Senegal that happen to be friends. I say, wow, I didn't know this, but that's the reality. People are living in that's the country. That's just how it is. Nobody going to blow the trumpet to tell you, say, oh, start getting ready or start thinking into the future. It's all left to you, left for you to make that choice. I'm just saying, in the case of our country, we need to do better. And it seems like we are not even ready to start that process when it comes to the political aspect of it. People go to elections. They think it's about feeling. They think it's about Mansa winning. It's not about the country. And at the end of the day, we're going to all be the victims. That's what's happening. So I don't know how we can turn it around, but people are transitioning. Some people believe that, you know what, if my lady Social Security can take care of me, I can pay my rent, I can live a comfortable life. Maybe if I want to come to America for any advanced medical treatment, I can buy my ticket. So it's about time that I leave the cold and go live somewhere that is cheaper, and they will come back home. That's just where it is. So that's the new reality. That's the new normal. So everything we talk about on the show is not only the politics, it's just the reality. Politics is not about your emotions, it's not about your feelings, it's just the reality that you must live with. And the war is changing rapidly. And the thing is, sometimes we focus on our domestic news that we don't concentrate on the international news, because the international news, this thing keep happening. Like what happened yesterday, 2 days ago, about the AI stuff. I posted a 4 or 5 times just for people to, but nobody commented on it because, we're not interested in this thing. But failing to realize that these are the kind of news that can change the whole world, that can get people to redesign or rethink how they're going to move forward. These are the stories, especially when it comes to investment and the market, whether it's about stock, whether it's about 401k, whether it's about mutual funds. These are things that change people's life forever. As a typical man in America, you ain't thinking about food, you're thinking about how you retire, how you pay your children's school fee or college tuition 10 years down the road. They are all thinking long term. And when they say long term, all it comes down to that's investment. Investment and retirement. When I get old, where can I fall back on? And in Liberia, we're not doing better in that department. And it's so sad that the country that claimed to be the little America, that have all the historical and diplomatic ties with America, that the typical American man, when he's ready to leave from this country, he don't even consider Liberia as an option. It's disgraceful. And that's what we keep talking about on the show. I don't know how soon Melbourne will be coming back because he was supposed to run the show. I'm only helping for the day, but exactly that's what happened to my sister. You see, I'm not saying this because I want to praise my sister. You see, my sister Felicia here, we can disagree on a lot of stuff, but she know there are a lot of things that we agree on more than the thing that we disagree on, and she keep making a lot of comments. And these comments is the same thing we keep saying on the show. We cannot keep concentrating on the politics every day. There are things that are bigger than politics, and we see them happening. We watch the country. We know how the country was. Can you imagine, Felicia or anyone listening to the show? You you were born in Liberia. You grew up and you spent some time in the Western world, whether it's America, or whether it's Australia or Canada or anywhere or Europe, and you went back to Liberia. And from your own assessment, you believe that the country was worse off than when you left it 20 years ago. How does that even encourage you? Because over time, you sort of be getting better over time. So if you left Liberia in the mid 90s or early 2000s, you would expect that we should be better than when you left. But if you are telling me that Liberia is in a worse shape than when you left it, then how can I be? How can you?
Slow down. Look, let me tell you more. We're not in a worship. I don't know. I can call it a monk. We okay though. We are okay with our conditions. Our officials are getting rich, while we are getting poor and poor every day as citizens. And that's the kind of a country we found ourselves. But my brother, thank you so much for holding on, and we're back after the news bulletin. Let me say thanks to all of our followers, our viewers. I know that the viewers also, they were really wanted to listen, but again, sorry, this thing happened when it comes to technology. Like Monk keeps saying, these are technology though. Anytime. So Monk, you've been talking a lot, and I have few questions for you as we move on before we also activate the line to maybe ask our people as to what they make of some of the international news, especially coming from the US. But Mark, the way we look as a country unprepared for some of the kind of shocking news, especially when it comes to everything that you think about here in Liberia, we are unprepared for anything, because even they have the food for the food. I think that India food feeding us, or maybe China or one of the countries feeding us, they get tired too. Then we don't know. But Monk, do you think this kind of news will have a serious impact on the country few years from now?
You mean in the case of Liberia?
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Other countries, they are prepared, and in fact, they are even telling Trump thank you. But for us, we already started early crying.
Maybe. You know the one thing about Africa in terms of technology, there are a few countries that are there in terms of technology, right? It will take a time. I cannot compare Liberia in America or most African countries in America in any way, shape, or form. Because when we talk about technology, we'll say maybe Asia, we'll say America, Europe the most, right? Africa still catching up. Even though some countries are doing great, but they are still catching up. Okay. The thing is, it's an opportunity, but also a warning to Africa, right? Because in Africa, because we're not technologically advanced, so when the thing that AI can, it will take a while before it can start impacting us as compared to the US. But yeah, the scary part about us in Africa as a whole, we are already beyond the 8 ball, right? Okay. The thing that we are supposed to be doing now, we are not doing it like in the case of Liberia. So even when it gets worse, we will be affected the most, even though we are still way behind in terms of the technology. But you make transition, right? Let me give you a typical example. The last time we came here, we show a medical facility in Ghana using drone to distribute drugs. Okay. Not too many hospitals in America say uses drone, but Ghana doing it, right? Okay. They're doing biometric, they're doing patient record, health informatics, wherein they can share record with different hospitals, no matter which part of the country the hospital is located, because they can go to a particular portal, they can log into it, they can see, they can transfer record here and there. Maybe if we are not doing that now, and we won't do it in the next 10 years, who you think going to be the victim if things change? Even though we are not doing technology, who you think going to be the biggest victim? It will be us, because we are not even making the transition. You understand what I'm saying, Bebo? Let me make it easy for you to understand.
No,
Let me give you the
I'm getting you
analogy.
though. I'm just going to
You
give
getting me?
you time because I
Yes.
say a few questions. Yeah, but go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So if we are not making the transition now, the basic thing that we need: roads, running water,
Yes.
electricity,
Let me see it.
right? Okay. The kids in Africa now for elementary school, they are using tablets.
Indeed.
They ain't using your physical copy book there before, right? Okay. Now, let me just give you the particular instance. So it means 10 years from now, they will want to improve on what they are doing right now, right?
Oh yeah.
You saw schools from President Riverside County where the children are sitting now on block
Yes.
or cement block. Okay. 20 years
Sitting
from now,
down.
20 years from now, who you think will do better? The kid that is in Africa that is getting used to technology, or the one that's sitting there on the dead bricks?
Africa Coast. In fact, the
Okay.
child that in Africa Coast will even come here and in fact make close to almost 20,000 in some of our places. Yes, indeed. Go ahead.
Now you get the point I'm making. So the technology, you are not there. You are not making the future investment now. So and the reason people can make investment is for the future. That's why when you listen to any lawmaker or any president in this country, they always talk about the future generation, our children. They're not thinking about now. They're thinking about 30 or 40 years from now. Whether they will make investment in research and technology. They are not talking about also. They are talking about 20 years from now. In my country, where we only depend on resources, we don't even have job, we don't even have industry. If you cannot make those little investment now, just in things like healthcare, roads, running water, electricity, public safety, maybe how can you tell me, even if I'm dead 20 years in my grave, that Labrador is better, will be better in 20 years than the Labrador that I'm seeing today? You cannot make that argument because you can already project what will happen in the future based on what you are doing right now.
Oh yes,
You know?
indeed, Mom. Oh yes, Mom, you're right. Because, like for example, even China, right? Like yesterday when you were passing about the GDP and so on, people like China before they were nowhere, but where are they today?
It took China 30 years. When America look to what Asia, they're looking toward Japan because Japan is one of the most innovative countries. The Japanese are innovative than the Chinese. But one thing that the Chinese did, the Chinese came up with an idea, and it was one policy that changed that particular narrative. They get something called the World Trade Organization, right? You know, I told you, I said China existed more than 5,000 years before people discovered America. They've been an old civilization and empire before America, right? But China thought that they could build a great society from within. They never got the memo that in order to build an empire, you got to extend your influence in other parts of the world, Africa, Europe. That's why America did. Every great empire extended. Whether it was the British Empire, whether it was the Roman Empire, they went all over the world. They built military bases, they expanded their economy. So it took the Chinese forever to realize that, you know what, if we want to build a great country, we cannot do it from within. We got to go out there and copy everything that the Westerners, the Europeans, and the Americans did. So one mistake American policymakers made was to put China into the World Trade Organization. When you're in the World Trade Organization, you got leverage to certain information. So the Chinese say, okay, now we in the game now. You know what they started doing? They started duplicating all America. They get something called intellectual property, right? Where when you come up with an invention, you come up with a new idea, you patent that idea only should be for you. But when you're in a global organization, you got to share it with other people. So what the Chinese did, what they call copy and paste. They took all the top country technology, they manufacture it and produce it at a cheaper rate, and they sold their product on a cotton European, American, or producer for cheaper price. Because China said, you know what? Why not focus on Africa and other parts of the world? Because if an American is going to fill a flat screen TV and he's selling it for 1,000 francs, I can fill a cheaper version by looking at the same technology that he created. I can duplicate his technology, carry it to Africa and sell it for $400. And which product you think people are going to buy the most? The cheaper one.
The Chinese product. In fact, the Chinese product are even into our market than a lot of the other products. So you're right. But
So China used to be the big restaurant in Asia. In 30 years, from 1990 to today, they are the second now. In some instances, they are the first, especially in certain areas now. Whether it comes to semiconductor now, when it comes to AI, they just beat us just 2 days ago. And you're seeing it happening all over. Why do you think they're building military bases all around the world, all in Africa, Djibouti, Somalia, because they know now they get the secret. So that's it. Things change.
Well, more thank you. Yeah, thank you. So I think we got to hear from our people. What can we do as a country now with all of the news coming from around the world, especially coming from one of our biggest, Anna, someone will say our father. So Donald Trump
That's
is,
why that it's not right. Somebody always use now.
yeah, what he always say, oh, America, that our father, and even because of that, I also saw some photos that some Liberians were also protesting, or maybe they were there, maybe going out and say, no, we can't go because this place is you people are our father. I was just like, yeah, you will not even understand. Sometimes these things you may not understand what Monk just said, but Monk,
Yeah.
quickly, one job, two salaries, and one of the salaries have been given to one person. Quickly, just chip in with that before we go to the line. One job, two salaries, CBL. What's your
Uh-huh.
take? 374,000 have been given already, and somebody will be taking this thing. So, Monk, are we wasting money? Because I want to ask you the follow-up question. So, what can we do now, Monk? Give your own expertise, give your own advices, or maybe your own, or maybe the way you think that Liberia can now recalibrate, before anything, before go to the line.
No, the different what happened in Liberia is there are certain, all jobs are not created equal in Liberia in the government. Some people, especially in Liberia, when your party comes to power, you believe that you are entitled, that the partisan should be given first preference. Like Finance Ministry, Central Bank, LTA, and the Maritime, National Port Authority, LPRT, these are lucrative areas that are capable of generating money, right? So we all know the whole move. When the president came, the president said 12 years under Madam Salif. He knows laws that are on the board when it comes to tenure position, right? Why you
Yes,
think
he
he
did.
was trying to order? Because he's trying to please his partisans. Whether it was the fishery or other area like LTA, we all talk about this thing, how the president was violating the how they call it, the Decent Work Act and all these laws that are on the book. We listed some of them here. So he's not only paying that guy because they need a job. Or United Party partisan must occupy that job. So for them, it's not about the performance. It's not about the irregularity, about the illegal transaction that happened in the central bank. They're not interested in that. So if Joseph Burger is going to get the central bank governor, even like I said, or golden parachute, because he believes he must give that lucrative position to a Unity Party partisan that they are entitled to it. So it doesn't matter whether the taxpayer money go wasted on that. He would do anything and everything so he can give that job to someone from Unity Party. That's just what it's all about. It's
But
nothing more.
Monk, if you put 300,000 to maybe to another 300,000, you will be talking about almost near $1 million. And most of the monies can also buy machines for farming because we have the forest. But then we keep spending money on people in the name of trying to to manipulate the system, or maybe to get things going the way we want things to be because of our own personal feelings. Monk, I think 20 years will be small. Like you're even suggesting that maybe 20 years from now, Liberia, as well, maybe Liberia will be on course. I think 20 years will be small because most of our politicians, they are always into their feelings. They are always thinking about how to manipulate the system as to who like them and who not like them, who they can work with and who they can't work with. These are kind of things that we keep seeing more. And for me, I think, yeah, that money is
Go ahead,
is
end your
like
thought.
that money that money can be used for another good thing. Like you just said about a school there between Sano and Ganji there. That
Yeah,
school, so many school, look, 50,000 can even build
yeah,
an elementary school
yeah.
just
And get
in
them
the
some
nearby
benches to
community.
sit on armchairs.
Yes,
How much will cost you an armchair? Maybe if you have to spend $1 million to produce armchair, especially with the wood or the logs in like brother are a little bit cheaper. You know how many schools you could give a sufficient armchair with $1 million? Not even $1 million, even half $1 million. Let's just assume 375,000. Maybe you're talking about 650,000 to $700,000. That's good amount of money you can invest in a lot of schools. Maybe change the infrastructure, especially the one that in the remote part of the country, like little elementary schools, whether it's teacher salary, people can benefit. But let me tell you something I keep telling you, maybe when it comes to government, that's what separates corporate from government. In corporate, you must work hard, you must give accountability, you must be competitive, you gotta be someone. People will only pay you for what you contribute. In the case of government, like I said, the only reason government exists because it has society was structured. Is the easiest place that you can get wealthy in the shortest period of time because the money that over there you are not the one working for it. You are only regulating people who work hard for the money, how the money should be spent in the name of the greater good. That's what government is. So nobody cares.
And these people mock these people just because of collecting all the monies. They make all of the, like for example, even the free port, all the places too expensive. Like even when you go to the places to even have your little goods or your little container or your little things out, you have to spend a lot of money. You put it tears in the eyes of your citizens just to make politicians happy, just to make sure that politicians are all, seen as people. Look at today. You saw I know Bwaka da baby.
Yeah.
I saw that old lady lying, in fact, kneeling down.
Richard Coon, right? Yeah, baby. I saw that thing. I didn't even know it was her because they took the picture from the side. I think what Yega called about a poster, like Yega called about I said, oh, Bwaka baby, but you saw her kneeling down to look like almost like worshiping that guy. Like, are you serious? She wants something too. She got $6,000 now. So what you expect? She want more.
Oh, and that's it. What I should get something more. Let talk show, right? I know some of you will say maybe what you did was wrong and so forth. Yeah, most of our old folks here, Monk, they are all backwards. Let me be frank. Every Saturday when you see the people from some of the politicians from place to place, begging people that can do little work. Some of the people they can still work, they can still take care of children, they can, but here in Liberia, no opportunity for the young people, no opportunity for the middle-aged people, no opportunity for even for quote unquote for people who are even aging. Nothing. So Monk, for me, I think she's right. She's using her
we
head.
might be we could get my way, Bwaka baby, right? But look at our strategy. It seems to be working. You in that country, you don't have a job, right? And you just said it right. Even the young people that's supposed to be doing better, that's supposed to be making better decisions because, like I said, the reason I always talk about young people because I believe when you are much younger, you got a longer time to spend on the planet than an older person. So if the country is getting bad, it means you will feed it the most than anybody because you in your 20s. Let's assume that the life expectancy in Liberia is 70 years or 65. The person that in their 50 or 60, okay, yeah, we are all you guys are all suffering, or we are all suffering. But they live for time looking at the life expectancy. So it means the younger you are, you should be the one pushing for a better life, bro, because you have the longest time to spend on the planet. You want to tell me that you want to be struggling for the next 40 years of your life when you can't even get a job right now in your 20s?
But let me just say that quickly before I even go to the line. Even with that even working, Monk. These are just one example. How long will it take you to reach to that woman or level right now? The Monk just said in less than a month or a day or a time, she was able to raise 6,000, and today she was seeing again.
Let me just respond to say Felicia.
We are working
You said the
overtime years out. We can't even reach or even 1,000. We practically tend to back us.
She walked about 6,000, and you got 7 that work in that country. They cannot even make close to 2,500 a year, and that only they walk about 6,000. So she believe that her drama she creating is marketable, it's profitable, it's a winning strategy for her.
That's it. Let's just go to the line and either our people. Yeah, the line will start blinking. Let me see. Today's caller. Good evening. Yeah, man. They are going. Your name and from where you join us?
I'm Agbavi. I call you from the lower part of Magui, specifically Marshall territory.
Okay, thank you. I understand that today the people on our side today from Firestone, they all go slow, right?
Yeah. They announced access day before yesterday, and it started today. I'm not ready on the petition. We got a real house dividing us from Chavi to Firestone, but it's true.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I just wanted to verify that information. But go ahead, Chief.
Okay, I want to say thank you for the topic on the discussion. You see, Mom, I listened to the last edition when you said a lot of silent listeners coming out to show us. We tired of having the silent listeners on this particular station and this show. So more can just made up on table when it comes to the analysis. But it's not just easy. Like, bro, I don't know where we are going. Like, for example, I'm a heavy duty driver. Someone is asking me to pay $300 US of them to allow me enter the fence where I want to do my own profession. It's how the kind of country we live. So, you know, when I listen to more analysis, I just want you to just at least leave us alone so that you will not worry on most, because everything that Mo is saying when it comes to the analysis is true. It's true. So, some of us close to 50. So, if you think in the next 25, 30 years from now, what become of our life? It's not just easy.
So, you know what? No, George John Boga that baby, that maybe that one thing will start doing you because you working no day. I think we'll go John Boga the baby. You be joking.
Honestly speaking, I believe that we are in majority. We can monitor this program and love this program. So no one can really put fear in you, like you can talk without any fear. No, and that's just the right thing. Our problem in this country is speaking the truth of power. That's just our problem. People will see those things why they will deny. If a cousin will be better alive, they will deny that it's black. Why is white? So where are we headed to? Thank you, man, Mom.
Thank you, my brother. I don't know how come you say how workforce, but the workforce they are poor until they poor and they. What kind of country is this? What kind of country is this? Hello, let's call a good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel. How are you?
My brother, okay, thank God for life. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Magdaros. I'm calling from HSR.
Go ahead, my dear.
I'm gonna our leader and I'm very new for us here. And we need to move around president. They are not willing to take leadership. When you look at development like they just replace all the even the street is paying to the speed of it will be able to there will be no new road in Labrador. All the forest there will be all the trees here to pay armchair for class for the student in the class.
That's the thing. I like that. You suffer from armchair, oh my brother.
Armchair. We don't have a program Chinese to us. Everything Chinese to us in our own country. We just look at it. We just get it rich from nobody want to talk about. You went for foreign, you won't be getting from you to police station. The police will back there. Nothing. Nobody will talk about us. We just waiting for water.
Oh, Jesus. All right, but give a call coming. He just waiting for quarter. More the people waiting for look. Give a call. Look, it's sorry for you have all of the trees, all of the thinner here, the forest here, but you can't even face or chair. Hello, my brother. Good evening.
Thank you. My name is David King, and I join you from my Smith resident. Yeah, maybe but you are now, I don't know where we're heading to.
They don't trust they're not saying that money here. Oh.
Yeah, they put the review. They review every year that going to Africa, are coming to Africa, and the way our guys are running all on Facebook with compa, and they are not even doing things that can even maybe will be eligible to get a compa, and they were all on Facebook how they come and get 500 million, and they're breaking every law of their country, extrajudicial killing going on. And I mean, things are not fine. Things are not fine. But what really caught my mind, clean my attention today from yesterday and today has to do with a Lusha Talu and that animal fencing. What got to all these people carry on corruption? The GSC came out with a report according to them. Now, when I found to hear say Samoa went to the Senate, he said he's going to have confirmation, and Senator Snow asking for sending the issue. He said, yeah, they pay Elijah Talu and the other lady out. So they gave the president the right to appoint him as governor of Central Bank. So, but then what comes to my mind is this: if you claim that this man corrupt, and you did not carry for any prosecution, but rather you pay him off now to go and sit down so you can be your own person. There was a corruption you were talking about. Similarly, we're out here today. If you're part of one there.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. We got to move on. No time. To this call. Good evening. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, Maple.
Yeah, my dear, go ahead. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you for the show, man. I just want to give you the shout out. But I want to say thank you to our president, JMD. He's a very good guy, and he's trying to do his best. He's an eagle You know, people, hello?
Yeah, listen to Chief.
Yeah, the man are ego, he trying to fly up, you know, the minority feel the noise maker. We pray that you're not listening to them. Then you just do your work. So I just want to appreciate you and your team, you know, for giving us the opportunity to call on your show.
All right, thank you. You see, that's the thing I like that. But only thing, don't call people minority. That's the only thing that problem I'll be having with you. That's all. Just say what you want to say. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Noise makers.
Yes, thank you, Uncle, for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me tell you and more. You know, more was saying something, and I try to agree with him. But the difference between we and those developed countries, the people, even from the start of their nations to today, because more was saying something that if you left Liberia and maybe after 5-10 years and you come back and still remain the same and even declining, then you're not even interested to come back. But what happened to most of these nations around us is that they are well-intentioned of labor. They don't postpone development. In our country, we postpone development. And as long as you continue to postpone development, you're not meeting with your target. Because as you postpone it, like the target went behind you. But as you well-intentions and you're doing it gradually, every development, you don't have money. It's not automatic, but gradually you're doing it, people will see the fruits. And let me tell you about a lot of the other one. Most of the crime in Liberia, which are called spaghetti crime. Spaghetti crime is, you know how spaghetti, when you pick up one, then the whole bottle can come out. So everybody tie in one person crime. They won't commit crime here. You know how many people that connected to big bomb without crime? Because somebody was sick, somebody had a little portion there. Everybody said, well, I want to prosecute labor. Then the whole large chain of command are there. Everybody should be prosecuted. So these are some of the things, sometimes when they see it, just do that thing. Let's see the person, what the people will say. So that
Thank you so much, Uncle. And you're just saying that that's the thing that all your leader people they will talk. Hey, the other one, you see, the president trying to fly, but all these things are all distraction. We know this thing. All of you who are brigade color, we know whether you sign. Anyway, that's good. That's a good thing. And Braka that baby, and she kneeling down to who? The same man when yesterday she was talking about Braka, the people and they will spoil your government. So. No, the country interesting, man. 077-285-961. That's the number to call. Indeed, look, we will continue to play phone until Judgment Day. That continue, no. Hello, today's caller. Good evening. Yeah, man, dear, go ahead. Your name and from where, Jones? Okay, go ahead.
That they are more Liberian than the others. What I started to very short is similar to what Melbourne was saying, you know, Melbourne is one of the scientists or journalists that I see in the Republic of Liberia. So he is not living in Liberia.
Say more.
All of it, more rather. All of his analysis, it leads to picture education and widening our mind. But the mind that is also figured down to be watching is the less of it, the one I already spoke that can be watching when you start making them understand that this is to be the reality of tomorrow. When you are looking at global technology to bring in the Republic of Liberia, maybe let me be very frank with you. I am former Principal Emmanuel K. Doma, who served as principal for State Polytechnic High School grade to train this family. I have to resign for pen to paper for $175 as principal for a high school from Maserado and was transferred from Maserado to that school. And so I get any other further assistance to improving himself and his life or his family. Resign. In this administration, also President lying around saying they have increased for the other aspects. The minds of Liberians. We are now humble and dedicated to our country. The development will take longer time to come because once you find yourself from one political corner, and that political corner is the one that's leading the country, everyone runs to it and carry the weight of it, and they're happy of. That sometimes become a disappointment of common
Thank you. You know, he said, whoa, my people get it there. So let's call a good evening. I'm okay though. I won't be like Wakada baby because the Umapa boring, my man. I know, sir, my brother. We don't know yet about. I guess that. Go ahead, my brother. Yeah, the Umapa boring, my brother. What we hear, but God there anyway.
So after the city paid the phone, wanted to come over to there and allow it to stop. That's all we need.
Yeah, man, we're not really getting too clear. I don't know where you can call back. Keep a call coming to 077-285-97 number. You saying another thing. One job, two salaries. That's the kind of country we're in. Yeah, that country too sweet, man. Look at that certain thing I'm doing. The country before you can survive. Some of you'll just be there. You'll be out there. You won't be too so gonna will. God. So let's call up. Who you mean?
Yes, how are you?
I'm okay, oh my dear. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thanks for okay, I'm Rose, and I'm calling from restaurant.
Thank you for joining us, Rose. Thank you. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. We are the we elaborate our own problem. We got our own problem, yeah? Because we see the wrong thing. I don't know whether there are some demons that position certain area that can really take over our minds and things. We see the wrong thing, then we still make wrong decisions and things. Yeah, so we got our own problem. So the only thing we do is just to ask God for giving us and to job closer to God for help us individually. And you say you're talking about other people, you'll be talking while you'll be putting themselves and everybody in the wrong thing. So let's just get closer to God so God can help us individually. That's all. Because we say when you see the right thing, we leave it.
And the thing keep suffering us. The thing keep making our life to go backward. But we are always happy and singing. And in fact, I don't know, encouraging all of the some of the things. But anyway, thank you.
You see the advanced countries, and they believe that we have money because the way our leaders are storing the money.
Yes.
Good. Got money. So they we're not serious.
Thank you. Good.
Just be inside and be depending on God. They coffee so us, you have all the days. He decide to punish us. We'll go through until maybe by His grace He can soon it. I don't really know, really.
Thank you, Mama. I know how you feel it because some of you wake up early in the morning, time 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, just to go fetch for daily bread. At the end of the day, even sometimes no customers. But again, that's a country. So let's call a good evening.
Yeah, maybe you say you aren't getting me.
Oh yeah, thank you, my brother. Go ahead.
I spend the money and I put every year budget 200,000 until they start getting it. So what they do after the same thing is put it to all the loud and put it put on for us. So it's not for you can't pay them the money.
So then what happened to the money after they finish a meeting to tell you that, oh yes, in fact it should have made bonus tea, or in fact it should have made bonus tea, or maybe not hear anymore. Why you get money that I get used? My young man, you get money that I get used. Yeah, that one hear me to myself. All right, thank you. When you get money, let me tell you, I can always say this here on the radio. When you get money, not get used. And that's when they consider money, now won't get. So no, yeah, they could. 0.7, not different between the working class. Don't allow anybody to fool you. Those of you who coming down, let me just tell you, y'all come and join, but no different. The working people and the people who not working, no different. They just the same. One of the politicians that are shining, I saw except maybe some kind of business person who have you have your own business now. Today's call a good evening. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
My brother, this country is different. Any kind of development, everything is different. when government take over those kind of content, a lot of people own. For them to begin from where a lot of them start and move forward with the country, they will not do those. Stop. They start doing their own thing. Our country, nowhere. There's our mind of the way of thinking will change for it. And the country will move somewhere. See what our leaders doing. What they are more than that. You the children are coming out, what will look more. They didn't teach you nothing good. They didn't teach you how to acquire more than that and stay for in power and stay for the country. The salary more money are going to development. When it comes to this, everything they want to be there. Continue in the country, they get share inside, they get other one inside. All people are listening. What will do for development? So, as I said from the beginning, you're waiting for God. Seriously.
All right, you'll be waiting for God. Me, I'm not waiting for God. You're waiting for God. Me, my brother, waiting for God. A different thing. This life and this land that my forefathers suffer for, we all will enjoy the land. I'm waiting. Look, that thing you'll be waiting. You said that. So, you know the reason why, like for example, more quickly, maybe be very come on quickly. You know the reason why some of the even religious leaders, quote unquote, and some of the politicians, if I'm more hopefully maybe by next week we'll be looking at some of the political parties. Most of them, monk, they are quiet just because they're getting kicked back behind the scene.
Oh,
so
yeah. Why not? You can cry about the bereaved. Then why would laughing at a Bogala baby? I say again, Bogala very plain. If the country, if people are not going to be interested in their own progress, and you think you can get something for yourself, why not take it in bounds? That's why Bogala baby doing that. Why the religious leaders too, they keep doing? They're getting kickback, so they could care less. Why do you think that they don't talk about issues affecting society in general? Because they know they're getting something in return. Yeah.
Because more, this is indeed frustrating. Like for example, one of the callers said, when you have issues even at your job site, and you decide to say, okay, yeah, let me go to the Ministry of Labor to get redress. My brother, the thing that they will tell you, Monk, in fact, you even want to even wait for. Can you imagine my poor? You working for money, then people owe you 4 or 5 months. How do they expect you to even live?
To even go to work or to live. How do you? How can you expect anything of quality from that person? How can you expect that person to deliver? And you say, "Oh, the system not working." No, but you are the one destroying the system. You're not even giving people a living wage. How did Benzo go to work? How much he paying you on transportation? How many days it will take him to get paid? Even when he get his pay, can the cost of living, even can his salary cover his monthly expense just from the cost of living? It's common sense. But go ahead. I don't know if you're still taking calls or we got like 11 more minutes.
Yes, let me see any call that come out or while you are doing the talking, any call come, then we will. Okay, let me see. I think there's caller here. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, hello. I'm speaking from Compound 3. James Tama.
Okay, from Compound 3. I don't know. By the way, go ahead, my brother. Everything, go ahead.
Yeah, so you know what happened in this country? We need to pray hard. When people get in power, they think about the devil because anybody that get a devil mind, they don't do good thing for other people. That's what get us suffering today. Because when everybody had the same mind, things will be fine for everybody. But when people get in there, the bigger thing they think about going for different country, for different medicine, you can add it on the one that God get it. And God will not work for them. You say something. I choose you, I tell you.
Oh, so that means because my brother, no, hold on, bro. That thing you saying, so let me be frank. Where in this world that people will be putting pepper in your eyes and you're not talking, you just say then thank you. Damn it. I like that talk. We understand that, and you're right, man. Because Monk, I don't know, but every sector of this country is just the no, Monk. If you go to some of the clinics, some of the health facilities, and you go and ask, Monk, where in this world that somebody will be volunteering for a year, 6 months, 7 months, no transportation, the person paying their own way back to back, and the person look. So they can be wondering as to what kind of country is this? No legal system, and nobody cares. All the people
and then why people keep dying in hospital? Like the people that are providing the healthcare, they're not even enthusiastic about the job they are doing because you're not paying them good wages. So they care alone the quality of care or the quality of service is not even right.
Good, but more mentally, are they okay too? I think they're okay too. Even the healthcare workers.
But that's why you get the kind of a result.
Yeah, go to Jesus. You go to work as a professional person. You're not even able to get $500 labor day in your pocket. 500. But government officials, they meant whether they don't have $400 to $500 USD as some job backup just because you will work up. But a professional person, I'm not saying, he doesn't have $10 worth of LD in his pocket or in your pocket or in your purse or on as a person. But you want to happen to no. Now one more, I really want to even look at it but send your chip in with that. I want most of you who are protesting back to back. Don't protest to JFK. Go to the government officials area and protest. Because if the system gets better, when you have a good system, a good education that will be able to train up a good doctors and nurses and pay people in time. Look, you're not being suffering to be looking for professionals. Look at the kind of thing, Monk. Man, things scaring people. Everything here, the data girl made mistake. The other one happy. How the people, how they don't be making mistakes? Because most of the people, in fact, they're not okay. To me, they're not okay. What quiet, my brother? Maybe just tell the word.
Okay, take the last call. I think we'll take like 7 minutes. We can wrap it up in 7 minutes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. After again, I was the first caller, but I went on a signal from the Marshall Belt. You see, I listened to the previous caller when he talked about chant. But what that guy said is reality. It's not overlooking. When these people get to power, there are certain places they can go and really join and bring chant that when they stay and talk, people feel very confused. Because you would tell me, look at the analysis from more. People who we feel know better, people who have traveled in the outside world and know better, we expect them to bring what they have saw outside. But when they come, they join us, they be even worse than us, confuse us, they can't even lead us the right way. So it's not just free thing. Mom.
All right.
Another say,
all right.
People here, but why I say that we can compare to other African countries, I gotta see like people. Why?
They are the people that can be doing that, they're gonna be asking you, anyway, sorry, I will not work with that. But actually, if the people using chant on you and the chant holding you there, I don't know. Because nobody love God equal to us here, Monk. Most of the people, in fact, I even live in a community where the church, in fact, the people, just imagine they're a little bit far from me, but Monk, their sound system is like, in fact, right in my room or right in my house. So they know us every time, but again, that's it. But Monk, go ahead, my brother. There's someone pray.
You know our people, they are interesting kind of folks. Okay, now we got to buy the new idea now that rather than waiting on God to come and change the country now, the politicians and our lawmakers, they are using chant to confuse us. Okay, you're telling me that few people using chant on millions of people, right? Because they went somewhere, they invest in some spiritual practice. Look, let me tell you something. It's one thing I can say on this platform. I think Steve and myself, we agree unanimously on. Steve said there should be a problem with the kind of a God that we're serving, right? Because the reason we practice religion give us a moral code to keep us in check, and to keep us in line to doing the right thing. That's why we study, that's why we practice religious. We go by religious teaching. It tells us stories, it teaches us moral, how to make decisions, all this stuff.
So many things in the Bible, Monk, like even talk about both physical and spiritual.
So the question is, if we are building more churches and mosques all over the country, if you got a proliferation of religious institutions, then why the country is not getting better? Then it means we are doing the total opposite of what religions will teach us. Because religion said that should not steal, but we got more criminals in the country. Religion said that should not kill. Every morning we you see somebody lying somewhere doing investigation. Religion said you must love your neighbor, but one man can take 3,000 for a generator, but 7 can only make $100 a month. So it means that we are not serving the real God that we're supposed to be serving. Because if we're serving the real God, then things are going to change. And this the idea that somehow by some magical means that God is coming to rescue Liberia. I don't know why young people will even take that argument from, because one thing I know, one of my brother called it last time, he said, but man, maybe God. I said, my brother, God does not pick leaders. When God was picking leaders in the olden day, in biblical time or in olden time, there was no election commission. They never had election. They never have voting booths. So God will talk to the prophet to go and pick somebody from among the people. But these days, we got candidates. They come with a platform. They give us that vision. They give us that dream. We got election commission. You go, you register, you take picture, and you're telling me that God will pick leader. No, you are the ones picking your leader. And I will keep saying it on this platform, maybe on the internet. The young people, they are the one that can get my attention the most, because I know every time they make a mistake, we will pay dearly, because for the fact that they are the young people, right? Like I said, they are not the only one to be victimized the most, because they are much younger with the most time to spend here. In any aspect, maybe when we take a step back and look at Liberia, if there are limited jobs in Liberia and people who got outside experience, that travel, that came to school here, when you go and compete for a job, who do you think they are more likely to get that job? The people with more experience, right? The people that travel, right? Yeah. Okay, they don't want to get that job. So when you got limited job available and people are not making your life better in terms of improving you, it means 10, 15, 20 years from now, even when you want to compete for a job, the people from overseas will be giving first preference over you, because they are more experienced, they work before you, they got more outside knowledge, they are more professional than you. So the young people, for me, I talk to them a lot, because I think they are the one that hold the key. They got the biggest number in terms of the demographics in the country. They make up more than 65% of the overall the voting population.
Sorry for the young people more. On the first note, I really feel sorry for the young people.
So looking at the numbers alone, So looking at the numbers alone, Melbourne, they will be the one to keep deciding the country's future every single election cycle. So when they are telling us that we should leave it with God, then I don't think I have hope. Because the people who will be deciding, they are the one of the biggest numbers, right, on the electoral map from the demographics, standpoint.
And more quickly, you know, the fears in our people, I don't know. But let me be frank, like what we say on the radio is that Liberia will not go back to any kind of day that you think about. That day, that thing finished. But you have the full right, according to the Constitution, for you to assemble. Go to the politicians, assemble before them and tell them what you want. Is that a big thing for you to do? You're not going to protest. You're not going to harm anybody. You're not going to do nothing. You hold your placards in your hand and tell them that, oh, yes, we want this to be done. If you take 1 week, trust me, 1 week.
But maybe that's a contradiction.
Yeah.
That's a contradiction to what you are saying. Because the people who sort of hold the placard, if they believe that God is coming to be the one to change our situation, then how can you hold a placard because you believe that somebody is coming to rescue you?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Everything I wanted for God.
And now they're saying that the people using channel there. You telling me 103 guys in total, or that just include the executive branch and say, okay, all the presidents can't tap in the business. That's 200. You telling me that 200 people are using charm on you to bamboozle more than 5+ million people?
Yeah.
You're going to balance our argument.
That's why the politics can destroy more. Don't worry, look, but anyway, Mom, we got to go to so much.
That's not argument, my brother.
Thank you so much, my dear brother.
Good night. We're too strong for 5 million people.
They can be strong. When they tie together, so that they can go. I don't know some places they can go. We're not going to go places nearby. Anyway, that's it, Mom. Thank you so much and good night. Thank you to all of you, our people. Thanks for your support always. And we join you again. That will be on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God. Good night.
See you guys. We'll see you on Monday now because I know the crew will be here tomorrow. I mean, the rest of the team. All right, man.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The process of giving the care and the promise of them. So welcome and life with African.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Clever so make you I can't Sktv-Lib. C'est ma chenille, tu n'as qu'à assez ma yamu. And you say no money, et moi yo. And you love me,
Sktv, the past in Liberia. Sktv-Lib, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget na ya to money. That's the thing, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sano to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.